safe and enjoyed your vacation. Now it's time to learn something. Yes, every day you are watching your videos, I think so. Today we are going to learn our 8th class physical science topic, friction. Already we have completed the first lesson course, and today we are going to start friction. Yes, what do you mean by friction? Now, in our day-to-day life, from morning to evening, we do so many things. As we get up, we'll brush our teeth, we'll take bath, we'll go to school. Now school is not there. I hope you all are sleeping till 12 o'clock. Please wake up in the morning only because you have to see the videos. Yes? So, the activities we do in our day-to-day life, like walking, running, playing, all these activities, we need friction. So, friction plays an important role in all these activities. You may have a doubt, how the friction plays an important role? Yeah, definitely. Without friction, we cannot do anything. Writing, eating, sleeping, playing, walking, running, whatever activities you do, friction plays an important role. What is friction? Let us see now friction is nothing but friction opposes the relative motion between the two surfaces in contact. Whichever surface, suppose you are walking, it acts your posture and your ground, and when you are walking, you might have observed that we will be moving our both the hands. Yes or no? You observe, without moving your hands, can we walk? No. Only when you are in your assembly standard is attention, that time only you forcefully will keep our hands straight. But generally while walking and all, we will be moving our hands. So, friction opposes the relative motion between two surfaces in contact. It acts on both the surfaces. Both the interacting surfaces, the friction acts. Now, any object, for example, to know this friction, I want to explain a free body diagram. That is, any object, whichever object you take, four forces will be acting on that. First one is, now I am taking a rectangular block. Okay? I am taking a rectangular block. So, this rectangular block is at rest. On a flat surface, I have drawn the rectangular box. It is two-dimensional. Am I correct? So, here I am not applying anything. It is at rest. Okay? Now, I am applying force on this rectangular box. Yes? I am applying little force on the rectangular box. So, the force applied, I will name it as capital F. Okay? So, what I am applying? The rectangular box is at rest. So, I am applying some force. Suppose a book is on the table. It is at rest. You want to push gently. So, the book changes its place. Yes or no? It moves little. Okay, force is applied. Same way, I am pushing the rectangular box. I am applying some force. Yes or no? So, the applied force is denoted by capital F. Always friction acts opposite direction. Just now we have learned friction opposes the relative motion between the two surfaces. Yes or no? So, this friction acts in the opposite direction. So, I am applying some applied force is capital F I have taken. So, frictional force I am taking as small f. Let us denote the frictional force as small f. Now, for every object, compulsory which force will actually, I am standing on the ground. What type of force is acting? Gravitational force. Yes? Gravitational force. This gravitational force I will be denoting as capital G. Yes? So, how many forces till now we have? I applied some force and I denoted as capital F, and frictional force is acting on the opposite direction, which is small f, and gravitational force arrow towards the, and one more force will act, that is nothing but normal force, which is in the opposite direction. How the frictional force is in opposite direction of applied force, same way for gravitational force, normal force will be in the opposite direction. Yes, did you follow, children? Once again I am explaining. In any object, four types of forces will act. One is applied force, frictional force, gravitational force, normal force. Now we'll see the factors affecting friction. Friction depends on two factors. They are nature of the surface in contact and how the surface is. It depends on, suppose the surface is very smooth, friction will be less. Okay. Now how hard the surface pressed together, friction is less on a smooth surface. For example, if you are pushing a ball in a normal flat surface, the ball moves to certain distance. Same ball you move in the ground, the force applied, same force you apply in the ground, the ball will move to only little distance. What you have, it means that if we have a smooth surface, friction is less. If we have a hard surface, friction will be more. Now we'll see the types of frictions. We have four different types of frictions: static friction, sliding friction, rolling friction and fluid friction. Suppose if we are keeping a ball in the ground, it is in the rest position, that is nothing but static friction. Here there are three main types of friction. They are friction, static friction, sliding friction and rolling friction. Static friction is the friction exerted on an object at rest. Any object is at rest, it is nothing but static friction. Now sliding friction is the friction exerted when an object slides over a surface. Suppose we are pushing a table, we are pushing a cupboard, it is nothing but sliding friction, and the force exerted on that will be less. Understood? Compared to the static friction, the force exerted by the sliding friction will be less than the static friction. Every object which is at rest is nothing but static friction. Now sliding friction is the friction exerted when an object slides over a surface. Now rolling friction. What do you mean by rolling friction? Just now I gave an example that you are rolling a ball in a floor and in the ground. That is nothing but rolling friction. You are pedaling a bicycle is an example for the rolling friction. Okay, you can have n number of examples of rolling friction. Now, rolling friction is a friction exerted when an object rolls over a surface. Sliding friction is slightly less than static friction. Rolling friction is less than sliding friction and static friction. So by this what you have understood? Static friction, sliding friction is less than the static friction. Rolling friction is less than sliding friction and static friction. Yes, you have followed. I think we have how many types of frictions we have? Three. First one is static friction, sliding friction and rolling friction. Now these are the examples of the types of friction. You can see he is sliding the object. Yes or no? You are pushing the object. This is nothing but sliding friction. Now here also you can see the object is rolling. Yes or no? Here you can see. Yes, these are the examples of the different types of frictions. Now how friction is sometimes useful. Yes, let us see how friction is useful. Friction is useful for many of our daily activities. Just now I have explained in our class how friction is useful. Every day we'll walk, we'll ride a bicycle, we'll play. Yes or no? We'll do so many activities. Friction is useful for all that activities. Friction between the feet and the ground help us to walk on the ground. Yes, while walking on the ground, friction is useful. Yes or no? Without friction, we cannot walk. It helps the feet and the ground, helps us to walk on the ground. It is possible to write with a pencil or pen on a paper due to friction. Yes, on both the surfaces. When you are holding the pencil or pen and paper, both the surfaces, the friction is acting. Yes or no? So, without friction, we are not able to write on a piece of paper or anything. Without friction, we cannot write. It is possible to write on a blackboard due to friction between chalk and the blackboard. Just now you have seen that I have done the free body diagram. Without friction, I could not do all these things. Hope you have understood, children. Thank you.